MacPhie experience helped me build the business that I'm fortunate enough to lead today. And as Mark mentioned, we're in the management consulting field. We consult with CEOs, we consult with the leaders of not-for-profit organizations, we consult with government leaders at some of the highest levels in the country. What's interesting, though, is at the same time as I was building MacPhie & Company in our business, I also became a dad. And I found something very, very interesting as I was experiencing what it was like to have a couple of toddlers running around. And I found that the mistakes and challenges that I see organizations making all the time are not too different from the mistakes and challenges that my kids were going through. What's funny, though, is kids in general seem to have a better attitude a lot of the time than people within major organizations. So I developed this presentation, and I wrote this book. It's called Don't Forget Your Cake, What Preschoolers Teach Us About Leadership in Life. Now, I have to tell you, when I was talking to some of my family about writing this book, and I mentioned this to my brother, he said I was crazy. He said, Hugh, writing a book? Listen, if you're going to write a book, it's got to be about teenage vampires. Otherwise, you don't stand a chance to sell a single copy. But I encourage you to buy the book. I encourage you to read it. And the reality is I really don't know a heck of a lot about teenage vampires. But what I do know about is this really interesting correlation between a lot of the things that I saw as a dad dealing with preschoolers and a lot of the difficulties and challenges that some of the organizations I was advising were going through. They both have a lot of the same things in common. So I want to introduce my helpers today. There they are. You see that? Now that's John on the left, and there's Jackson on the right. And they've taught me a lot of things. They've taught me a lot of things that apply to our clients, some of the largest and most respected organizations in our country. Now, John has been through a number of different phases as a toddler. For a while, he liked Mighty Machines. Remember those? For a while, he liked dinosaurs. For a while, he liked toy cars. And then ultimately, he got interested in superheroes. And not long after John became interested in superheroes, Michelle and I got him this cape here. And you check it out. This is purple, felty, khaki purple, black trim on the side, and there's this really cheesy circle here in the middle, and a lightning bolt going through it. This is John's cape. Don't tell him I took it. What's interesting is this cape, this little cheesy cape, you could buy at Walmart. You could probably buy at Toys R Us for about $6. What it does to him when he puts it on is remarkable. When John puts on his cape, his back straightens, his eyes get brighter, his language skills improve, and there is no good deed that he believes he cannot accomplish when he is wearing his cape. And that's really interesting, because these are physical, cognitive, and psychological changes. He actually changes. He is more articulate when he wears that cape. And the lesson here is that we can all be superheroes. Everyone can be a superhero. And there are superheroes all around us. I know a lot of superheroes. Superheroes live on my street. It's like a little next door neighbor, 9-year-old. He knows we have an older lady who lives across the road. And without being asked, he makes sure that if it's a snowy day that he gets out there and shovels. He's a superhero. He's a superhero. Or like admin assistants that I worked with before in offices, who very quietly, without being asked, essentially run the entire operation. They don't get paid as much as the CEO does, but boy oh boy, they make sure that everyone's happy, everyone's being taken care of, and the entire operation is running smoothly. They're superheroes. That's a superhero as well. So I remind you and ask you to remember a time when you believed that you could be a superhero, and to believe that you still can. So don't be afraid to be powerful beyond measure. Make a massive difference in your own life and in the lives of others. Help others rise up to greatness by being great yourself. And so I ask you to deliver on the promise of who you can become. Thank you very much.